We're working with about 48, 49 degree water temperatures, so not super cold. Biggest goal today is honestly just to not get shot by a duck hunter, because I'm already hearing guns go off and I don't want to have to deal with that. Ooh. Don't you do it, Bubba. Don't you do it. Oh, here he comes again. No! Golly. Oh yeah, that's a good one there. He's got that bait pretty daggum good, actually. Golly. Woo! Come on, fish. Man, you gotta love smallmouth. They just do not give up. I gotta get ready to land this guy. This water is cold. Man, he decided to fight hard here. That's a good one. Looking about like a 4-pounder. Yeah, here we go, baby. 4-pounder. Look at this. I don't know what's going on here, but he has a hook into his fin. Let's do a little bit of surgery here. Well, just got the first one of the day. Actually, the first keeper size fish. And as you can tell, he's a pretty good one. I love this, guys. We got 49 degree water, so it's not freezing, but it's still pretty cold. 368. So solid 3.5 pounder. Gosh, they are so beautiful. I just love it. I just love it. Like, I just love fishing. It's even better. There's just something, like I told you, that's almost fulfilling about catching fish in colder water. I've seen one other boat out here today. I mean, there was nobody. It's actually not too bad. Like, the air temperature is probably in the 40s now, and it's feeling good. And I got the whole lake to myself. I just love it. Let's see if there's not more out there. One of the best things about fishing this time of the year is that you can run into big wads of fish. That was literally the second cast on this little area. The blade bait is a fun bait to fish. You're either gonna feel them hit that when you drop it, or you just go to pick up and there's just weight on it. You know, it's like they inhale it and just sit there with it. You don't feel anything. And that's exactly what that fish did. He picked it up and I didn't feel a dang thing. It just got heavy, but then that heaviness kind of started kicking back a little bit. So gotta love it. 368, 370, almost a 4-pounder. Oh gosh, fish just hit it on the way up. Feels like another big one. He hit it on the way up. Yeah, it's definitely a nice one. I feel like he is not hooked that well because of how he hit it. Oh, he's not a small fish though, I'll tell you that. Oh gosh, he's a nice one. Like a real nice one. This one's bigger. Oh my gosh, this one is bigger. He's got it on the outside of the face though. Oh my gosh. Golly, that is a tank. Oh my. This one is over 4 pounds here. God, look at that big old beast. Look at that beast. Ah! Golly. Oh, oh gosh. Woo, buddy. Look at that one. Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm soaking wet. That fish was worth a cold arm. Oh my gosh. Look at that thing. Woo! Jiminy. How big is that? 487. Oh gosh. Almost a 5. Golly. Oh, I love it so much. That fish hit when I was reeling that bait up, and I felt like he was big, but I didn't think he was almost a 5-pounder. That's a tank for this lake. Oh baby, that's awesome. Let's get another one. That was back-to-back casts actually, because I messed around with that 368, made one more cast, and that fish hit it on the way up, which I've seen a few fish suspended pretty high, so I might have to break out like an Alabama rig or a jerk bait. See if I can't catch some fish doing that, because that fish, he either followed it off the bottom or I reeled it up to his level and that's where he hit it. So I don't really know which one it is. I really wish I had a forward-facing sonar that could allow me to see kind of how these fish are positioned, but I'm old school and just have, you know, your regular 2D up front. So hopefully I'll be able to get that forward-facing sonar before long. This video is brought to you by sportsmansoutfitters.com. Sportsman's Outfitters is having a huge sale right now. It's their Black Friday sale. So right now, you can get your favorite lures, the lures that you buy throughout the entire year. You can get them right now for the very best price that you're gonna find them all year long. And not only that, you can find the bait that we're actually gonna be throwing today at their store. I'm gonna link it down below in the description so you guys can pick some up for the best price you're gonna find all year long. There he is. Gosh, that feels like a good one. Yep. Golly. It's another big one. It's gonna jump. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't know how big I don't think he's as big as those other two, but I think he's a good one. Come on, fish. I haven't even really seen him yet. Golly, yeah, he's a good one. Oh, he just came off. Dadgummit. Ah, about another 4-pounder. Dadgummit. Ah, man. Look, I bet that's him right there. Just swam down. Look at that. Maybe he wants another. Maybe he wants another one. Dadgummit. That was another 4. Man, not getting a lot of bites today, but obviously the ones that we're getting are the right ones. You know, working a blade bait like the one I'm throwing out here today is pretty simple. And when it comes to size, you know, basically I throw a 3/8 ounce blade bait most of the time. You can fish a 1/4 ounce, you can fish a 1/2 ounce, you know, but a 3/8 is a good medium. I can fish it pretty deep, I can fish it pretty shallow. When it's really cold, the best thing you can do when it comes to fishing a blade bait is work it like a jig, basically. I'm basically going to make extremely small hops, just like this, off the bottom. You see I'm just barely raising that rod tip. And I actually did a video all about blade baits, I think earlier this year, and I'll link it down below in the description. But that's basically all I'm doing with this bait, is I'm just lifting it up ever so slightly. I'm not ripping it off. You know, this water's cold and those fish don't always want a ton of movement. So I'm literally just yo-yoing it up and then letting that bait fall to the bottom. And sometimes I'll let it sit there. Like as you see, sometimes I just let it sit on the bottom for a few seconds and that's it. Now, as far as equipment goes, equipment is actually pretty important. I used to throw a blade bait on bait cast equipment, and you can do that, but I actually heard this from Benjamin Nowak, another YouTuber, and he talked about fishing a blade bait on a spinning rod like I am right now with pretty light line. So I'm actually throwing, you know, a 10-pound braided line to an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. And the thing is that very small line diameter allows that bait to work a lot quicker down there. It lets it vibrate a lot quicker when you're just doing these small hops off the bottom. If you're using a little bit heavier line, you know, if you're using 12 or 15-pound test, because that line is a little bit thicker, that bait isn't going to start vibrating as much when you're doing these really light hops like I am today. So that's the benefit of using the spinning rod. I'm using a 7-foot medium action rod. This is kind of my all-purpose spinning rod. I use it for a little bit of everything. You could use a longer rod. You know, you could use a 7-foot 6-inch and it would be fine. You know, I don't have a problem casting this bait. I'm really comfortable with this particular rod. So it's just a perfect little setup for me. So in a nutshell, that is really how you go about fishing a blade bait. I'm on a lake here today, but this is actually a really good technique for fishing in a smaller pond. The pond that I grew up on was about 10 foot deep out in the middle. And even though it's a muck bottom out there, during the middle of winter, I could throw a blade bait out in the middle of that pond and do the same style retrieve. Basically, I'm lifting it off the bottom and letting it fall down. And I would catch bass doing that even in a pond. So don't just think that this is a lake or river type bait. You can throw this in a pond and still catch a lot of fish. There's another one. That one is not as big. Actually, that's the first fish I felt hit it. Well, maybe he's a little bit better. Oh, no, he's small. Good night. Small but mean. Another old blade bait bass. Look at that. He's like missing a part of his fin. Look at that. Thanks, fish. God, I'm still so mad I lost that other big one, but sometimes that's gonna happen, especially when you're fishing a bait that is pretty heavy. They can shake that thing a little bit more easy, so. Here's another one, right when I was about to leave. That's a decent fish. Gosh, so much fun. Gosh, there's more here. I need to back off and just keep fishing around. I mean, can you look at my, see him on there chasing this guy around? Oh! Oh gosh. It is just so much fun, guys. The best thing about the blade bait is that this bite is really kind of just starting up. You know, the water's 49. They'll hit this thing even when the water's like in the upper 30s. I mean, they'll hit it as cold as the water will get. So, gotta love these beautiful smallmouth. We might be getting into some largemouth here too. So beautiful. Golly, they're so pretty. I could just stare at these suckers all day long. Thanks, buddy. I don't think that that's a big one, but well, he just got a little bit bigger. Ooh, nice little smallie. I thought he was bigger than that, but not. Oh, here we go. Another old fish. Just a little chunker dunker. Love it. There's another one. Oh. Not a big one. They're all so much fun though. That looks like a little largemouth. Sure is. Mr. Largehead. That feels like a little bit, oh gosh. That might be another largemouth. Got us a little school fired up now. What is that, largemouth or smallmouth? That is smallmouth. Barely got it. Woo! Whoa! Golly, about lost my life on that one. Another fish. Man, this is starting to be a fun day. Definitely a little school there. Too bad there's not any bigger ones there. That's a largemouth. We got 2 smallmouth and 2 largemouth off that deal. Not big, but stinking fun. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this style of video. If you did, not only give me a thumbs up, but hit that subscribe button down below. I really want to start growing this channel a lot, so hit that subscribe button if you want to come along for the journey. I'll see you guys in the next video.